Bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Please rise. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Renee, would you call the roll, please?
Vice Mayor Stanley,
Here.
Commissioner Orthwein,
Here.
Mayor Morgan.
Here.
Let it also be noted, present and participating is Town Manager Dunham, Assistant Town Attorney Ed Nazaro, myself, and absent with notice is Commissioner Canfield and Green.
Thank you very much. This special meeting is called to consider the interlocal agreement between the City of Boynton Beach and the Town of Gulfstream for a water main connection and water services. Mr. Nazaro, would you detail what the history and essentially the essence of the agreement?
Well, thank you, Mayor. This interlocal agreement for bulk potable water services between the town of Gulfstream and the city of Boynton Beach is the result of more than 18 months of work with the Boynton Beach Utilities Department, from initial communications, discussions on capacity and the town's usage, the mechanics of connecting, rates, and finally the terms of the agreement that you see before you. Myself, the town manager and public works director, met with the Boynton Beach Utilities director and her staff as early as May of 2023 to have initial discussions and provided details of the town's needs, our infrastructure, including the currently ongoing water main replacement project, and billing mechanics, which of course is that the town bills our residents directly, and we just purchase water from a supplier. So all of that is staying the same. So an early draft of this agreement was circulated in February of this year, and I had the assistance of Tom Cloud, a highly regarded Florida municipal utility attorney, to review the agreement. Tom has successfully handled a wide variety of both transactional and litigation matters in the field and provided some really great insight into certain terms and why they should or should not be included. Tom and I reviewed the agreement, and he believes the final product before you is extremely fair to both parties. So a little bit about the agreement. The agreement is for a term of 25 years with the option to renew for additional 10-year terms under the same conditions upon approval by the town and city managers. The town is covering the initial cost to connect as outlined on page 3 in paragraph 5C, which is consistent with the town's initial budgeting forecast of $2 million. The town will continue to operate a looped system with 2 connections between the city and town. The first will be on the north side of town at Little Club Road with a system that feeds St. Andrews and some of the properties along A1A. And the second will be the existing connection in front of Place au Soleil that crosses under the Intercoastal Waterway and enters the barrier island on Gulf View Road. The agreement is to provide 30 million gallons per month based on historic usage by the town of 900,000 gallons per day. In the event the town exceeds that amount for 3 consecutive months, the town can purchase additional capacity to exceed the $30 million allotment. It is not likely based on what we've seen historically from usage in town, but I just wanted you to be aware of that as an additional potential cost and incentive for the town to continue with its water conservation efforts. The agreement can only be terminated for cause or upon mutual agreement of the parties. The water is of extremely high quality, and we've previously discussed with Public Works Director Anthony Beltran that the city is able to provide increased pressure over our current provider. So the only remaining question was the rates, which we have discussed in detail, but I wanted to recap that a little bit. The town will be charged under the terms of the agreement starting upon connection $3.75 per 1,000 gallons, with rate increases and decreases to that rate tied to the city's rate for non-residential users. The city will not be able to raise our rate without doing so for other city customers. This $3.75 rate is the figure used by Tom Smith and Mark Bynamaster in running financing models. The rate charged by Delray Beach is currently today $4.49 and will increase to $5.28 on October 1st of 2025, which is the rate Delray Beach has already adopted, which starts, like I said, next fiscal year, October 1st, 25. That is more than 40% higher than the rate offered under the terms of this agreement. Our connection with Boynton Beach may not be completed until the fall of 2025. So upon connection, the town's rates will drop from $5.28 to $3.75 per 1,000 gallons. Based on historic usage of 340 million gallons per year, that's a cost savings of $520,000 annually. Assuming both rates for Boynton Beach and Delray Beach continue to rise and fall similarly, which is what Mr. Smith and Mr. Bymaster calculated. That's a $5 million savings during the first 10 years of this 25-year agreement and will offset all costs to connect. So with that, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Are we, just to remind me, are we already tied into the loop at Little Club?
We are. There's going to be some additional work,
Yeah.
which I believe is increasing the water meter and perhaps putting in a backflow device.
Estimated costs for that sort of thing.
I don't know if that's included in the agreement, but we would be paying for those actual costs. I've talked to Anthony a little bit about it. We're looking at tens of thousands, maybe not hundreds of thousands for that work.
Will we have any situation with Delray Beach water at all anymore, or will they totally cut? Because now we have Delray and Boynton sort of backup. I mean, will that continue the reverse? Or?
So that would be what I'm going to be working on. So we have had a lot of communications with Delray Beach regarding water service and continuing service and our transition. So my hope would be to work with the city administration to have a similar agreement. In speaking with Tom Cloud, he mentioned that is 100% encouraged by water management districts, that you always want to have some sort of a backup in the event that there's an issue. So we would want to continue that relationship with Delray Beach, to provide service in the event that we have low pressure issues. Now, we are required under this agreement to provide all water, to purchase all water available from Boynton Beach, but in the event that they are unable to provide it, we would be able to procure it from an alternate source. So that is very much contemplated in the agreement. As we transition and speak with Delray Beach about that transition, that's something that I hope to bring before the town and city commissions for approval.
Is the cutover like in a day?
So I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly, but we'll,
Doesn't happen that often.
Sure. The utilities director for Delray and Boynton Beach have, I guess, a wastewater plant that they are in like a group with. I'm not sure. I think they share some sort of responsibilities jointly with an operation that the two cities work together on. So they are familiar with each other and have that sort of close relationship because they operate a plant of some sort together. So we would be working the town and the two cities to make that work. And I think that because they have a relationship, that would make it easier to facilitate.
Well, I want to thank Mark Bymaster and Tom Smith particularly for their work in analyzing this situation, and to Trey Nazara particularly for over a year and a half of negotiating this agreement and the terms. This seems like the right thing for us to do. It provides better quality water, better pressure, and at a lower cost, such that it should pay back this $1.65 million investment by us within 3 or 4, 5 years at the most, I think. If there's no other questions, do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the interlocal agreement between the city of Boynton Beach and the town of Gulfstream for water main interconnection and bulk potable water services.
Renee?
Second. I think you need a
Sorry.
second.
Sorry, forgot
That's
about
okay.
Thank you.
Renee?
Vice Mayor Stanley,
Yes.
Commissioner Orthwein,
Yes.
Mayor Morgan.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you very
Good
much.
job.
You did.
We're going to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we're going to spend it too.